Teach Me Grappling, Coach Brian here. I'm back, and on this video, I bring you the Coastal Canyon League Finals for wrestling. We've got 5 teams in the league. We've got Camarillo, Royal, Simi Valley, Moore Park, and our own Valencia High School that I coach. I did this last year, and I wanted to do it again. They're going to do some introductions, and then I'll be right back to do some commentary narration. Enjoy, guys.
22, Justin Zukavitsky. From Camarillo, 235, a girl Trinity Tipton. 237 from Valencia, Analise Egami. From Camarillo, 146, Andre Sedeno. 146 from Simi Valley, Alex Andre. 115 from Royal, Devon Schaefer. 115 from Valencia, Dale Hayes. 117 from Royal, Mia Rubio. 117 from Valencia, Alicia Naloa. 118 from Royal, Logan Hansen. All right, let's do check out. Number 108, Logan Hansen from Royal. And from City Valley, Luke Brand. And now from 172 from Royal, Ariel Sofer. And from Camarillo, Katarina Tuanunu. 217 from Camarillo, Payton Boyce. 217 from Simi Valley, Sargon Cameraman 4. 287 from Moore Park, Noah Huss. And from Royal, Peter Fusentis. 192 from Moore Park, Brett Willisol. Williamson. And from Royal, Casey Unily. 157 from Camarillo, Tatum Namas. And from Valencia, Justin Campos. That's number, check that, this one. Trinity Hana from Simi Valley. Next week, 177, Justin Campos from Valencia. And from Simi Valley, Armando Diaz. Weight 152 from Moore Park, Trevor Gonzalez. And from Camarillo, David Medina. 107, Aubrey Soto from Camarillo. And from Simi Valley, Savannah Ruiz Heller. 140 from Camarillo, Josh Raquel. And from Valencia, Victor Fowerman. At 128 from Camarillo, Nathan Abbott. And from Valencia, Slater Hicks. At weight 127 from Camarillo, Sophia Fernandez. And from Valencia, Juanita Trujillo. 134 from Camarillo, Isaac Afari. And from Valencia, Alejandro Navarro. 159, weight from Royal, Tomas Fulgentis. And from Valencia, Henry Egani. Final match, weighing 165, from Katarina, Emanuel Sandoval. From City Valley, Christian Parksy.
All right, we're back, and the first match with Kane Martin and Justin Zukowski at 122 pounds, that ended in a forfeit with Kane Martin being the victorious one. We're going to move on now. We've got Trinity Tipton of Camarillo going against Analise Igami. Analise trying to shoot in here and hit with a cow catcher on the edge of the mat. They give the takedown as they go out of bounds, and now they're going to start back in what's called referee position. We've got Analise on the bottom with the red ankle bands, and we've got Trinity on top. Referee blows the whistle. We've got a little tight waist chop. Breaks her down. She's working on kind of a power half Nelson right here, walking it around with her feet, driving it, and she gets Analise flat. And it's going to be a fall right here. Quick fall for Camarillo. Great finish right there. Very easy. She got it done quick. Analise is one of our new wrestlers, only a freshman. But Trinity had a lot to offer in that match. She looked like a complete powerhouse. So we're moving on to the next weight class of 146 pounds. We've got Alejandro of Simi Valley going against Andre Sedeno of Camarillo. And, ooh, we've got a nice little shot here. We're in on a low single. We've got Camarillo sprawling right here, controlling that ankle. And he's looking to do what's kind of like what's called a leg pass or a funk roll. And he's trying to get the high head to win the scramble. They're both tied up here. Nobody's got the takedown yet. In folk style, it's all about control. Simi Valley going for a cradle, but misses it. Camarillo with the 3-point takedown. We've got 3-point takedowns now in high school. This is fun to watch. Simi Valley back up on the feet. Kind of gets an escape there. That's going to go 3-1. And then we've got a tie-up right here. Nice circling movement. And we've got Andre kind of moving there. He's got his hands on his knees. That's usually not a good thing, but he's staying ready. He's facing his opponent, using that collar tie. What a spin move right there. That was nice. Iranian lift coming out the back. Ooh, we've got an illegal hold right there. Referee's not calling it. Yep, oh, there it is. And he calls it. He was a little bit late, but that's a 1-point penalty. That's going to go to Camarillo. We're back up on the feet. Score should be 4-1. Outside single by Alex. Alex takes that shot and comes back up. Doesn't get trapped underneath. He attempts another outside single. It's also called the sweep single. You can see Camarillo right there blocking with the hand on the leg. Andre trying to play a little defensive here on the edge of the mat. And we've got Alex kind of stalking him. Nice little shuck. Trying to slide him by possibly and get an angle to get to his back. Let's see what they're going to go for here. You can see Camarillo's got a nice little kind of defensive posture. He's waiting because he's got the lead. See, he wants to do this go behind. The horn is still up. You can see Alex still has his horn up, his left arm, and time is going to expire. They're going to go to the second period. So we've got a coin flip coming. Choice of the coin flip. They can choose. Ooh, he chooses defer. So Alex defers to Andre. Andre chooses down. So he's going to elect to go down. He wants to try to get an escape or possibly a reversal. We've got a tight waist chop right off the bat. Breaks him down. Ooh, nice little crossface there. You can see his left leg looking for the Iowa. So he's got a nice hook of the ankle with his left leg. That's going to give him some control as he applies that crossface. Slides his right leg in, and he's controlling that wrist of Andre. He's got that left wrist. And you can see Andre's got his head down. He's fixing his headgear a little bit, trying to bring his head back up. That's a good idea. See, he's got to build that posture. You want to build that height. And then the double legs come in. So he's got both legs, wraps him up. This is tough. He's going to get stretched out right here. He's trying to quad pod up, get up on his hands and his feet, and he's grabbing the head there. He wants to try to create a problem for Alex so that Alex slides too high. But as of right now, Alex is in command. he's got the power half Nelson, a lot like we saw in the last match, with the difference being he's got the legs in. So he's going to use the legs to stretch out his opponent as he applies that power half Nelson, which stretches the shoulder. You can see, ooh, that's getting potentially dangerous right there. That's looking pretty bad. If I was a referee right here, I'd be looking to possibly call a stop to the action, especially with the leg right in. There's a lot of pressure that can go to the shoulder right there. Action keeps going. Looks like one hook came out, so he's only got one leg in. And Andre's trying to create some action right here to get a little reversal. You see he turned in. He's grabbed the leg. He's looking to turn into him, maybe create something. But they're on the edge of the mat. And Alex now is looking for a cradle. So he's got, you can see his right hand around the leg, and he's got his left hand cross-faced. He's trying to create a cradle, but they're going to go out of bounds right here. Out of bounds. They're going to go back to the middle. We've got a few seconds left in the period of the second. So Camarillo going back down. He's been getting rode the entire round with those legs. Ankle breakdown to start the whistle. Looks like Camarillo's got a pretty good position right here, but Simi's following very nicely as time runs out. So no change in control. And now we've got Alex looking to go down. So he's still in a little bit of a hole here. He's down by 3 points. He needs to create something, so he's choosing to go down. It's not a bad choice. If he can get his escape, that'll bring him within 2, and then a takedown will give him the lead. So he quad pods up. Looks, he tries a little roll. Camarillo cuts him loose, says, forget about that. I don't want to get in a scramble. So now with that 1 point, we've got 4-2. Nice snap by Alex. Andre kind of keeping the elbow. He's caught in the front headlock in the standing position. See Alex trying to pull him down. Goes for the leg, possible cradle. And Andre with the better position gets the 3-point takedown. That's going to make it 7 now. 7-2. He's got a 5-point lead. And he's almost taken Alex to his back. Alex scooting a little bit. And he's able to get out of bounds without giving up any near fall points. So he goes down again. It's not looking too good at this point. Okay. Looks like we've got a stalling call for the shoelaces there on Andre from Camarillo. Andre covers. And we've got kind of a switch. Turns into a high crotch position for Alex from Simi Valley. You can see Andre holding on to that ankle, trying to keep the control. He's doing his best. He's got a comfortable lead of 5, but he's going to have to keep it. You know, he can give up a 2 reversal right up. It's going to be 2. So I've got 2 points right now. This should be a 2 reversal. Looks like he's working on a guillotine. Even though the ankle's controlled right here, I say he's got full control of the body. Now you see this shoulder right here. Look at how he's pulling this out. Now this is going to be a little controversial right here, guys. I got to be honest with you. The referee is not doing the best job. There's 2 refs. And the ref right here that got down, he's checking out, looking for near fall. Simi Valley's got to be careful not to pin himself. This is not near fall right here, guys. But the referee is, you know, definitely still new. This is not back points. Shouldn't be. But you can see pops up right there. But either way, what ends up happening right here, it's kind of a controversial decision. The referee, although he hasn't said anything, you see he's holding the 4 points. He's holding it right now. And, you know, it's weird because the scoreboard didn't get it. And he ends up scoring the 2 reversal, which would make it 7-4. And then he gives the 4 near fall to Simi Valley. The kids don't even know what's going on. Check it out. They're just figured it out right there. And now Camarillo's pretty upset. Simi Valley's pumped up. So he's happy. He just won a league title. 8-7. Close matchup. I think the referee made a big mistake. Also, the coaches made a mistake. Had they let the referee know to check the other ref, it would have been overturned. Anyway, moving on. 115 pounds. We've got Dale Kales with a nice little slide by into a Merkel. Dale's taking on Devon Schaefer from Royal. He gets the takedown. 3-point takedown, 2-on-1. Breaks him down right there. He wasn't able to get any near fall with that hold, but he retains his control. Now he's working on a head lever. So you see he's putting that forehead in the back of the armpit, and he's able to use it to pull the wrist behind the back for what we call hammer lock. So Dale's one of my seniors. Been wrestling 4 years now. So he's got a lot of experience for high school. This is his year. He's going to have to do the best he can. He's got a half Nelson with a chicken wing, and he's collected that 4 points right there, near fall. And now lets it go. Vicious little crossface there into a cradle. And he's got to try to use this cradle to pull him over to his back. You can see on the bottom, Devon's doing a fairly good job of fighting it, but he ends up getting taken over again. We've definitely got a count right there. Referee's showing the count. He scores that 4-point near fall. And look at that. He's trying to look for another head lever. He looked for a cross wrist for a second on the other side. Now he's got the right wrist of Devon. As he lifts the leg, he wants to step into a Turk. That's a technique that we love to work on. But he's going to have a lot of trouble with Devon here, because Devon's going to fight this hard. He's definitely doesn't want to lay down. He's fighting it as best he can. You see the hips. He's trying to turn his hips over and get his left leg through. So he wants to keep fighting it and get his left leg back through so he can correct his hip position. And then you can see Dale's really cross-facing right here, trying to get some near fall. But near fall is 45 degrees in the sport of folk style. And time runs out. He's not able to score that. And they're going to go to the second period. So with 2 sets of 4-point near fall, that should make the score 11-0. And now second period. Royal gets choice. They choose top. They definitely don't want to go down because we've already turned them a couple times, but they're going to choose top to see what they can do with the top position. Dale kind of stands up. He's blocking knees. He looks to reach back for that lat muscle, a la Jason Morris. We teach a lot of that, working on the lat throw, Hiraigoshi and Judo, as well as the Sotogari. So Devon's put a half Nelson on. It's pretty tight. It's nice and deep. Tight waist on the right side. Yanks him down. Dale's got to keep his head up. So a nice little tight waist. Got that far arm control. You can see Devon's got his left hand controlling Dale's right wrist and far arm, but now it broke free. Tight waist. Dale stands back up. He's going to attempt it again. Here it is. Reach back for the lat. As they fall towards the mat, he attempts that throw, steps over him, and right here, the referee is actually my coach in high school, Rob Vieira, great wrestling coach turned referee, finally gives up the 2-point reversal, and now we're circling. We got the near fall. This is going to be the end of the match right here, so we know that we've got him by points because we've got the 2 reversal and the 4 near fall. That should give us the win right there. But Dale's looking for the fall. He's not satisfied with just getting the 15-point lead technical fall. He's looking for the pin. So when you hear me say the word fall, guys, fall is the actual word that we use to describe what the slang term that most people call it is a pin. A pin is when you hold your opponent's shoulders to the mat. In folk style in high school, it's a 2-second fall or 2-second pin. You can see on the bottom, Devon's holding onto our foot, but we kind of crowd him, and it created a problem for him to get both of his shoulders flat. We finally get that fall, or pin, as they say. So, great job by Dale, league champ. So, we're moving on, and now we've got Mia Rubio from Royal taking on Alicia Nalau of Valencia. First-year wrestler for Alicia. I know that Mia's been wrestling for a little while. She's pretty solid. This is not their first time wrestling. Mia has been able to win in their previous matches. So, nice takedown by Mia. She gets in, picks that leg up, dumps her down, and now look at this. She chooses to cut her. When we say cut, that means let your opponent go. And she gives her opponent 1 point in order to do another takedown. As she gets it right there. Nice single leg, steps in the hole, pops her head out, gets behind. Alicia's doing her best. She's got to watch out for a cradle right now. You can see Mia kind of looking for that cradle. And right there, she kind of sticks a leg in with her left foot, but it doesn't get set. She's got a nice wrist ride on the left side with her left hand, pulling that arm behind the back. She sticks in a half Nelson. Alicia's trying to look away or as best she can and peel that hand off. And then we've got another escape point for Alicia with Mia letting her go. That would bring the score to 6-2. And Alicia goes for her own high crotch, but she gets broken down to her belly. That's not a good spot to be in. It's not a takedown yet, but she's broken her down, and she gets the takedown. That's going to bring the score 9-2. And now we've got a nice control right here. Nice little ride going by Mia. She's got a half Nelson. She takes her over. She's kind of mounted on top of her like you see in Jiu-Jitsu a lot of times. And then Alicia's doing her best to turn over, but her arm is stuck. And now she turns back in, and she's looking really close to a fall. And the referee slaps the mat just before time expires. She ends up getting the fall and the win, and she is a league champion. So, Mia Rubio of Royal High School winning the 117-pound weight class. So, next match, we're going to be moving on to 108. This is the lightest of the boys' weight classes. We've got Logan Hansen of Royal taking on Luke Brand of Simi Valley. So, I know Logan Hansen's been wrestling for quite a while. He's a stud wrestler. I watched Luke Brand defeat one of our wrestlers earlier in the tournament. Nice little slide by, and he gets a takedown. Hansen from Royal breaks him down again. He's kind of dragging him. Look at how the lightweights wrestle. They're going to go out of bounds right there. If you notice, the lightweights, they're really squirrely. They can kind of do things that you don't see at the upper weights as much. They'll kind of cling and hang on to each other like little squirrels climbing trees. They're tough, they're fast, and they can really use their legs well. Look at that. He's got what we call bar tilt. It's a chicken wing combined with a cross wrist, and also called an arm bar in wrestling. What we call the chicken wing most of the time, just so we don't confuse with jiu-jitsu. A lot of wrestling teams call it an arm bar, what he's got with his right hand. Now he's looking for that far wrist control. You can see Brand is trying his best to lock his hands together and get his right arm back to where he could have it free so he could utilize it to kind of get up and create an escape. Half Nelson being applied on the left side now by Logan. And he breaks him down. He's running that half with a chicken wing. Pretty brutal. A lot of pain going on right there. You can see him wincing as he takes him over. And this is a tough spot to be in. Man, he goes into a high bridge, doing his best to keep those shoulders up. Look at that fight right there. But Hansen with a really tight hold. I mean, he is holding on to this thing tight. He's not letting Brand out of this. Okay. Nice bridge by Brand. Okay. And now they call the fall. So referee we're not able, sometimes with this camera we're zooming in so you're not able to see the referee, what he's doing. Referee calls the fall there just a few seconds before the end of the round, and Logan Hansen with the league championship. All right, moving on. We've got at 172 pounds in the girls division, Ariel Sofer of Royal taking on Katarina Tawanu of Camarillo. So they're facing each other on the feet. We've got a collar tie from Royal. And then we've got Katarina with a little forearm hook. She decides to pummel inside on the left with her own collar tie on the right. Little hand in the face. Both of them using those collar ties. You're going to see this a lot in wrestling. Nice head-to-head position. So even though this is considered a very basic tie-up, a lot can happen from that tie-up. A lot of different moves can happen. There's a shot by Royal, but Tawanu kind of sprawls out of it. There's a shot by Tawanu. She ends up with the high crotch position and the go behind, gets the takedown, slaps on a cradle, and she's forcing Sofer over to her back in a cradle, near cradle. Nice posted head position. She could circle left a little bit, and that is done. And that is a pin. Really quick match for Katarina Toanu of Camarillo, league champion at 172 pounds. Nicely done. So, moving on to our next match, we've got Sargon Karampur versus Payton Moyes at 217 pounds. Okay. Simi Valley versus Camarillo, another matchup. You notice they're in those collar ties, but they're a little bit more ear to ear than the girls were in the previous match. You don't really want to be, you see, that's a little bit better. They're starting to get their heads in a better position where they can actually attack from. When you see that collar tie ear to ear position, it tends to lock up the match, and neither wrestler can improve most of the time. So we've got a shot by Camarillo, kind of bends, looks for the legs. Front headlock by Simi. He's snapping him and pulling him around, and at the same time, Camarillo's circling to try to stay away from that cradle. See that leg attack right there? He wants to get an angle so he can capture that leg for a single leg or maybe even a cradle. Camarillo's completely out, and now we've got his own attack. So Payton looking for his own little move. You see that right foot kind of trying to foot sweep the leg, get a little circling going behind. You're always looking for angles. You want to get an angle to the side of your opponent so you can get to one of the legs or get to the hips. Once you have an angle, you're going to be in a much stronger position where you can try to control your opponent a lot better. And now you see back to that collar tie position, double collar tie, little ear to ear. See how he slaps at the leg? A little tough to get in because your head is stuck. It's hard for your head to go anywhere when you're ear to ear. So a change of position. Camarillo again looking for the legs. See me snapping him down and getting that takedown. That's 3-point takedown right there. Very nice. Okay, he's trying to keep the pressure on. You see he's holding the wrist. And then we've got Payton doing his best to try to roll that wrist out, but he gets broken down. And now with all that weight, we've got, 217 plus pounds laying on top of you. He's keeping him down the rest of the period. We're going to go 3-0. And Sargon is going to keep the lead right there. He defers. Camarillo takes choice. And he chooses top. He says, I want to go on top. I don't want that guy on top of me anymore. Last round, I'm sure the end made it feel like, man, I don't want to go back under this guy. So now we've got Payton doing his best. Puts a leg in. Kind of falls off. Looks like he's got a little 5-on-2 there, but Sargon ends up getting his escape. 1-point escape. Beautiful snap down. And right to his back, he's got the arm. Oh, this is looking nasty right here. You can see he's all twisted up. Kind of barbed wire action right there. Circles, and that's going to be a fall. Man, that snap was probably the best I've seen in the whole tournament. That snap down was sweet. So you hit a guy with a good move like that, man, it can just totally take it out of him. Kind of just gets you down, and if it takes you straight to your back, it's over. Moving on, 287. We've got the heavyweights here. Peter Fulgentes of Royal taking on Noah Huss of Moore Park. So I know that Fulgentes or Fulgentes, however the family pronounces it. I apologize if I'm getting it wrong. Nice little drag out after a snap down. Throw by Fulgentes, and he ends up kind of going behind. Gets the takedown right there. I know their family has wrestled quite a bit. They've got a lot of kids into wrestling. You might see another one tonight on this video. We've got another one in the finals. So I recognize the name. I'm sure his older brothers have wrestled as well, because I remember. I'm not going to forget that name. They come from a long line of great wrestlers. So nice. You see that wrist control by Royal. Peter's keeping him down. Nice heavy weight on top. Look at the hips, covering the hips, and he's pushing with his toes. Nice. And he puts in a half Nelson right here. You can see it's being defended right now, but that wears you out. There's a lot of pressure right here on the neck, on the shoulders. You see that? Ooh, that is nasty for a heavyweight to feel. That's tiring right there. You can see Noah's having a tough time right now. He's fixing his headgear. He's got a big guy on top of him. A lot of times the heavyweights, when they get broken down in their belly, it's really tough at this weight class to get back up. Nice half gets put in, strong half, and he's taking over Mr. Huss. Huss fighting it as best he can, but he gets pinned. So a lot of matches ending by fall. We've got a lot of great wrestlers in our league, and we've also got a lot of wrestlers that are just not as experienced. So you're going to see some big mismatches, but that's the way it is. You know, this is the league championship. It's going to get tougher next week. All right, moving on to the next match. We've got Brett Williamson of Moore Park, 192 pounds, taking on Casey Nunnally of Royal. See Nunnally looking for a 2-on-1. Takes a little high crotch attempt. And Williamson kind of works for a drag, tries to come out. Nice shot, little double leg on the edge of the mat by Nunnally. But they go out of bounds. Looks for that low single, kind of low attack. Gets hit with an arm drag to a single leg by Brett. Brett can't finish. This is a nice competitive match at this point. So, nice attacks by both wrestlers. They're going after each other. I just mentioned mismatches where you have a guy that's much better than the other, but this match is looking nice. He's got a single leg by Brett, little limp arm, finishes the takedown, gets the 3-point takedown. Look at, he's controlling the ankle. He wants to use that. Now, he can do that as long as, see, he lets it go. He can do that as long as he's working, but if you're just holding it, he's going for a barbed wire right here. Some people call it the bundle or the butcher. Doesn't quite work. Loses the grip. We've got Casey kind of defending it quite well, but Casey's kind of sitting there on his elbows. Head's a little lower than I'd like to see it if I was his coach. Far side wrist control by Williamson. He's trying to jam his left hand in, try to put in a power half. Oh my goodness, he's going to get that half in nice and tight. You can see Nunnally said, I don't want none of that. He had to let go of the leg. And he lifts that near leg, takes Casey over, and Casey's fighting. He's doing his best he can. Is he going to make it through the period? Close to the fall. You can see Williamson holding on, and time runs out. It was super close to a fall, but time ran out. Looks like they're going to have a talk with the lady that taps the ref, because it looks like the referee called the fall, but did time run out. And I think they're going to go to the second period. So, yep, they put the ankle bands back on. He collects his 4-point near fall, does Brett Williamson of Moore Park. But they're going to go to the second period. Okay? So we've got to have a coin flip. Hit that coin flip. Choice is going to go to Moore Park. He decides, I want neutral. So he's choosing the neutral position up on the feet. And they're ready to go at it again. So now we've got a nice attack there. Well, we got a body lock by Casey. Williamson gets out of it on the edge of the mat. And they start to work towards the center. There's a shot by Brett. Casey coming at him. Ooh, Brett grabs a little bit of singlet right there. The referee catches it. 1-point penalty for grabbing the singlet. It was only for a brief moment. His hand might have just got stuck in the singlet by accident, but either way, the refs caught it and decided to penalize him. So 1 point would go to Casey. And there's an arm drag single leg, same one he used earlier. There's a whizzer, tries to step over. That's normally not a good thing, but he's got some great pressure on it. And he's got his feet in, and we've got the fall right there on the edge of the mat. You can be pinned out of bounds. In the old rules, many, many years ago, you couldn't be pinned out of bounds, but nowadays they've just adjusted the out of bounds rules. It's much better. There's more wrestling to do. So we're moving on to the next match. Okay, champ, Brett Williamson of 192. He gets the league championship there. Now we're at 157 for the girls. We've got Trinity Kana of Simi Valley taking on Tatum Namis of Camarillo. Not sure how to pronounce that. I apologize if I made a mistake. Collar tie by Simi. And we've got Tatum trying to break that grip. They break away and they face each other. New tie up here. Little forearm hook by Camarillo to a post. She tries to create a throw by. You can see she set it up by pulling down on the arm. Simi Valley, oh no! We've got a shot right here, and Camarillo's hurt. She hurt her elbow on that takedown, and Simi Valley with the fall. Unfortunately, that's the way it goes sometimes. She did get hurt, but the referee did not stop it. You can see she's already taped up. She probably had an injury, a pre-existing injury going into this match. So, unfortunately, that's the way it goes. And the winner of that match is going to go to Trinity, Kana, league champ. Moving on, 177. Nice little slide by my kid. We've got Justin Campos of Valencia going against Ace Diaz of Simi Valley. So, we get a little takedown right here. We're up 3-0. Nice chop. Keeping the pressure on our toes. And we're trying to bring him sideways. We've got a 2-on-1 control now. And we get that breakdown. Get him on his belly. That's where you want to keep your opponent most of the time. We pull up at chicken wing right here. And looks like we kind of opt to go back behind to make sure we secure it. We check a half Nelson on the right side as we control that chicken wing on the left side. Referee's a little concerned. Referee Rob Vieira. Ooh, chicken wing. We're taking him over. Didn't quite get the near fall. So right there we've got Ace Diaz defending that chicken wing and getting out of danger. Right when it looked bad, he was able to get away there. And now he looks like he's going to get that escape. Hand control. He gets us 1 point. So 3-1. Justin is one of our wrestlers. He's been wrestling now for 3 years. He had a little bit of jiu-jitsu experience before high school. So as a kid, as a youngster. Nice high crotch, but he reaches for the waist. Kind of chose a different arm kind of gripping position. And now he's trying to step in the hole on a single leg. You see that knee covering the leg. He probably should just swing his left foot all the way over it, but he missed it. Now Diaz squaring up, and he's able to get away, and Justin's got to fix his headgear. So you see the headgear kind of sliding around there. Got to work on tightening those things up. Otherwise they get in the way, and then you try to fix them too often. See that? We've got the chin cup in our mouth. It's not good. Coin flip goes to Campos. Campos chooses neutral. Okay. He wants to go on his feet. Felt like he was close to 2 takedowns. Got one. Didn't quite get the other, but wants to go on his feet again and try his luck there. Head position, head to head right here. Nice little shuck, little slide by Diaz. They kind of end up in a position here with an elbow control and an underhook. There's a shot by Justin of Valencia. Ace with a front headlock. He's snapping Justin down, goes for the leg as they go out of bounds. Got to go back to the middle. In the neutral position. Referee blows that whistle. Stance. We got a collar tie with an underhook. A lot of people call the club dig position by Diaz. Checks a high crotch. Counter arm drag by Justin Campos. Doesn't quite get it. Diaz circles up. Faces him. Does a great job. Hits that little common slide by. One of the more popular moves you're going to see is that slide by off the collar tie. They reach their hand over and try to slide their opponent by as they create an angle. Another little kind of similar move. More of a throw by there by Justin. Ankle pick attempt. And Justin slides his head. Shucks Diaz by. But Diaz with the better position as he's able to get a nice seatbelt grip around the waist. Drives through him. And finishes the takedown. Very nicely done. Good action by both wrestlers. Justin tries to build his base. He's putting his head down. Don't do that. We've got a claw position by Diaz. Throws his right leg in. Puts in a half on his right side. Justin's flat on his belly. Switches half Nelson positions. Justin's kind of trapped right there because his right leg, you can see is kind of stuck. He's got to make sure he gets that leg ride free. And that way he can build his base. As he tries to push his way back up to his knees, you can see Diaz there, gripping nice and deep right there with that kind of, it's almost like a reverse of a claw. You start over and then you reach for the pec muscle. And time runs out in that period. So now we're going to the third period. And now Ace has got the takedown. That's going to give him 4 points. He elects to go down. Justin's got 3. And with Ace going down, he wants to get that 1 point. Justin chooses to go neutral. In the coaching corner, we decided to say, let's just let him up. Give him a 1 point. So, when we say we want neutral, we got to give Ace his 1 point. So now he's up 5-3. And Justin's going to try to win this thing with a takedown. So they're in position. Nice little snap by Diaz. You can see the finger control right here on the left side of Diaz's hand. He's got Justin's right hand. See the hands taped up. Wrestlers go through a lot of different injuries throughout the season. So they're a little banged up at the end of the season, but they tape stuff up and they still get out there and they give their best. So good position. Let's see what we can find here. We've got, a hand right there on the shoulder for Justin, but he's not really doing much with it. Takes a shot from space. Man, he was really far away. We got a counter shot by Diaz. And now Justin in on the single leg again with this lefty single position. He's not creating a big enough angle. He reaches up for the seatbelt, tries to grab the waist, but it doesn't work. Diaz slips away right here. Diaz kind of backing up. Another shot from a distance. Stalling call on Diaz, but Diaz doing the right thing right here, pushing on that arm. You see that wrist? He's got that wrist. He's making the angle on the front headlock. Gets to a single leg. Can't get the cradle, but now Justin here, check this out, sprawls. As he's sprawling, he locks up a cradle. But what you can't see right here is Diaz has his right hand around Justin Campos's head. You can see it from there. He locks up his own cradle, and now it puts Justin on his back with the takedown. Justin's in trouble, and there's the fall. So, exciting match. It was really close, but Diaz ended up coming out on top. Justin went kind of risky there, looking for that cradle, while his leg was still entangled in Diaz's grasp, and Diaz gets the cradle. So, gets the victory, and he is your league champion at 177 pounds. Nice job by Ace Diaz, Simi Valley. Okay, we're moving on now. We've got 152 pounds. We've got Trevor Aruda Gonzalez from Moore Park taking on David Medina of Camarillo. So, see that little different singlet right there. We've got that yellow singlet looking pretty sweet. I like that singlet color. Really stands out by Gonzalez of Moore Park. Checks a high crotch lefty. Gets hit with a throw by to a low single leg. Kind of picks the leg up. Gets Wizard down to the mat. Very nice wrestling. Moore Park. He's posting on the head. He's trying to get his right leg free. Maybe he can create a counter, but Camarillo sucks him in, pulls that leg in, gets the takedown on the edge of the mat as they go out of bounds. Nice job by David Medina of Camarillo. So Trevor's going to have to go down. He's in this down position. He's got to create his escape before time runs out. As David looks to set his ride. We've got Trevor getting some good hand control. As he's starting to come up, you see the leg ride come in. Right hook goes in by Medina, and he's able to figure four that. You can see the legs figure fouring right there where you wrap your leg. You put your foot behind your knee. Allows you to lock that leg in nice and tight, and you can put some real good hip pressure on it. It slips out. So Trevor slipping out of that, crawling forward, but now he's got to build his base as Medina looks for a chicken wing. He's got a nice wrist control on the right side. But now, you see grips get broken. Just as I'm saying these things, you can see the grips get broken because these guys are wrestling. Hand control by Trevor on the right side, but the legs in also on the right side. Got a little kind of almost like a power half coming in, but then David elects to change his hand positions. See him, nice like pressure. He's hanging on him. See that? Whips him down with a tight waist chop right as Trevor tried to stand up. So Medina I love how high he's getting. He's getting up on that upper back. That's going to wear out the muscles in Gonzalez. So Gonzalez chooses neutral for the second period. They're going up on their feet. This is a competitive match right here. Nice little shot by Trevor. Nice snaps. He's looking to create some action. You know, every little thing matters. We got a high crotch attempt by David Medina. There's another counter attack by Moorpark. And you can see they're going at it. This is one of the more competitive matches so far. We've seen a lot of falls. Shot by Camarillo. Whizzer by Trevor. And he's looking to bail right here. This isn't probably the best thing to do. He's trying to get out of bounds. Camarillo kind of got his back turned. And then what is this call right here? I'm not even sure what I saw. The referee threw his hand up right there. I'm not even sure what he scored. If he was calling fleeing the mat or whatever. I mean, like, did he really call a takedown right there? That's tough to call right there. I didn't see the full control. No, he calls neutral. I don't know what he called right there. It looks like they're having some words. Okay. Yeah, I'm not even sure what that was. That might have been a stalling call. So, I don't know. Some people are having words. Obviously, the call right there, which I cannot confirm because I don't have a scoreboard in front of me, was definitely it was definitely questionable. So we're up on our feet, and you could see there maybe Moorpark got called for stalling for trying to run out of bounds. Not sure what that was. All right, we've got a little fireman's attempt counter ankle pick by Medina. Very nice. And you see that you're most vulnerable when you attack. When you open up and you attack, that's when a guy can, you know, get a counterattack. And that was a nice move by Medina. You see the chicken wing on the left side. Right side looking for the far wrist. He's going to run this chicken wing, this arm bar. Limp arm. Trevor's able to slip his arm out. And now he's building his base. Gonzalez standing back up to his feet. He gets whipped back down, out of bounds. No change. We've got Camarillo still in control. Moorpark's going to get back to the center as quick as he can. He's down, so he's going to have to hustle right here. He's got to get himself up for this. He's got to get an escape. He gets chopped back down. Again, ooh, that was a little bit of an illegal chicken wing, but only for a brief moment. High school wrestling, you know, referees don't really call it too much. I don't think that was on purpose, but either way, whatever. No harm, no foul, I guess. And looks like time runs out. So no change there. And now Camarillo is going to go down for the third period. He's got the lead. He's got a nice, comfortable lead. Let's see what he can do. So, kind of working on maybe a quad pod escape. You see how he stands up? And Trevor looks to split the crotch right there. He's trying to lift that leg, maybe get a nice mat return. Sometimes you can put a guy right to his back if you can do that well. Granby roll by Camarillo, but no go. But he ends up with a reverse single leg right here. You see how his hands are locked? And he's locked the leg, but not in the traditional sense, but flips the kid with a little bit of a Peterson. But Trevor Gonzalez decides, you know what, I'm not going to my back on this. That's called a Peterson when you kind of trap the leg, usually trap the wrist. But ends up just getting a reversal with it. And then you can see he stands up. He's a hustler. So Trevor Gonzalez, even though he's losing this match, he's not giving up without a fight. He's hustling his way back up to his feet right away. He's doing his best. I like to see that. So you see that right back up to his feet. He gets his one escape. And now he's got to go for a takedown. He's gonna have to go for something big. Time's running down. David Medina with a nice, comfortable lead. Okay. Let's see. He's definitely got a couple takedowns. Got an escape. So David Medina up right now. And he doesn't really have to do too much. See how he's kind of playing defense. There's a shot on the edge. Single leg. Limp arm. We're kind of in a similar position as before. You can see kind of getting out of bounds right there. And then we've got a stalling call. So that must have been a stalling call earlier, because they just awarded Medina with another 1 point. So they're dinging him because what Trevor's strategy is on the edge of the mat is to kind of get out of bounds. So, good call by the ref right there. So, wrist control by Trevor. You see that? He goes for kind of a high crotch, looked like it, but he never got his head quite through. And now Medina's got it. Now checks the foot sweep to his single leg. Doesn't get it, but he's using the underhooks well. Camarillo does a great job with the underhooks. Ankle pick attempt by Gonzalez. And looks like time runs out. And that win is going to go to David Medina. 10-1. He is your league champion at 152 pounds. So congrats to him. Moving on, next match. We've got 107 pounds girls. And we've got Aubrey Soto of Camarillo taking on Savannah Ruiz Heller of Simi Valley. So, good stance position. I like watching the girls when they're in good position. Look at this. Girls are very technical. You know, the boys, obviously when you think of wrestling, you think of boys, but California wrestling, look at these girls. They're going at it. They go out of bounds. The girls have really been performing well. We've got a very big state in California, and even at a league championship, you can see some really solid technical girls wrestling. Look at this. Takes a shot, kind of goes for the head, trying to combine that, but it looks like Simi's got the better position, and now she's got her left leg stuck, but that's going to be control right there. That's a 3-point takedown for Simi Valley, Savannah. She's got the control. She runs the half Nelson. Now she's looking for a crossface. Again, the girls wrestling, you know, of a few decades ago wasn't very technical at all. Ooh, we got a little scramble there and a reversal for Camarillo. 3-2, and she's getting on it. I mean, she's not playing around. Look at her. She's got that tight waist. She's looking for that forearm control as they go out of bounds. Again, very competitive match. These girls wrestle hard. They work hard. They deserve everything that's coming to them. The state championships now in California, we have the girls going at the same time as the boys. And these girls are tough. Look at that. Arm control. She got the 2-on-1. She's looking for a chicken wing. All the technique right here. She's got that cross wrist. She's looking for that bar tilt that we've seen earlier. Now she switches for the far wrist control. Runs that chicken wing. Simi's in a little bit of trouble right here. You can see that far wrist control turned into a kind of a hook on the arm. She's got that underhook on that arm. And now look. Oh, man. She's in trouble. She's trying to get that right shoulder of Savannah down. Can she do it? You can see Savannah's doing her best to try to turn her hips over. See how her right leg is turned over. She's fighting it as best she can. She's in a tough spot. Oh my gosh, she's sitting out. This is brutal. Saved by the bell. Savannah ends up getting out of that by the time running out in the period, but she is injured. So that's a tough hold right there. Injury time goes, and Camarillo, Aubrey with the nice hold, but definitely did some damage. She recovers, and now Savannah, next period right here, they're going to do the coin flip. That hold is potentially dangerous, but at the same time, I'm not saying it should have been stopped. But man, I feel for her because I've been in that position before. So we're going to have, looks like green's going to be on top. And Savannah's going bottom. You know, Camarillo thinks maybe we've got a weakness here. And you can see Savannah getting that one escape. She's like, I'm not getting in that hold again. You can see they're rough, man. These girls are going at it. Nice head-to-head position. Okay. They're battling. Little touch of the head. You can fake your opponent out with some of those taps to the head. Little shot right there by Camarillo, Aubrey. They're on the edge of the mat. Looks like the referee calls out of bounds. We're going to go back to the middle in the neutral position. All right, we're on our feet. And let's see what these girls can come up with next. We've got a shot by Savannah. Little snap down. Oh, they end up in a throwing position. Looks like Camarillo might have hit her head on the mat as Savannah ends up getting behind, getting the takedown. They call injury time. And yeah, definitely. Looks like Camarillo hit her head on the mat. She got driven to the mat by Savannah, and it was nice drive. She had that underhook, kind of turned into a headlock scenario. And looks like we're going neutral now. She decides to let her go. She wants to make up for it with takedowns instead of electing to ride. So she gives the 1-point escape. She goes for the headlock. Counter throw right here by Camarillo. And we've got a takedown by Camarillo. And you can see, man, these girls are aggressive. They got some fire in them. Look at that cross wrist control by Aubrey. She's got that cross wrist, and she kind of wrestles her out of bounds on the edge. And they go back to the middle. So Heller's going to have to find something right here. She's got to find a move that she can use to either get a 1-point escape or a 2-point reversal. Referee blows the whistle. She's keeping her head up. Nice stand-up like earlier. Oh, edge of the mat. Oh, and the referee blew it out of bounds. I don't know if I would have done that right there. I'm not sure about that call, but either way, referee's in charge. I'm not. So we've got another whistle blown, and ooh, Savannah doesn't look good. She looks like she's frustrated with that chicken wing that just came on. And now Camarillo, Aubrey, Soto with the chicken wing. She's taking her over to her back. This is kind of a repeat of what we saw earlier. Man, if she were to sit out right here, it would be absolutely brutal. So you can see looks like she's connected her hands right there, and that is going to get her the fall. So Aubrey Soto at 107 pounds is going to be your Coastal Canyon League champion. And great match by Savannah Ruiz-Heller. She had a good showing, but just that chicken wing was a little too much. Up next, we've got Joshua Requena of Camarillo at 140 pounds taking on Victor Furman of Valencia. Nice leg attack entry right there. Big lift and a takedown. That's going to be 3 points. He's got the leg Turk. You can see the left leg has got the leg controlled, and then he's working on a nice crossface. He's taking my boy Victor over to his back. Victor's a tough kid, but he is a little bit out of his league today with Joshua Requena. I've been watching this kid since he was 7 years old. Complete stud. He lets us go. You see, he's not letting us wrestle back in the circle, and kind of drives us out of bounds and shows a little dominance there. He's excited to wrestle here in the finals. So, little tap of the head. He's got some wrist control. Uses it to get an angle. Gets a single leg to a go behind. He's got that chop on that arm, and now he's already pulling in a nice bar, little chicken wing. Kind of runs it the other way to pull him into a suck back. And if he can use his chin right here, he's going to suck Victor back. Victor Furman doing the best he can, but anybody wrestling Joshua in our league is in for a tough match. So he pulls us back. He's able to get around our head and gets the fall. He is your league champion at 140 pounds, Coastal Canyon. Josh, I believe this is his third league championship in a row. So he's now a 3-time league champion with a potential 4-time next year. He's only a junior. Moving on, we've got Slater Hicks taking on Camarillo's Nathan Abbott. Slater Hicks is one of my boys. He's been wrestling since he was 5. Maybe even before that. Nice little shot. Gets in on the legs. Takedown on the edge of the mat. Abbott doing the best he can. But again, like the last match, we've got a very highly state-ranked kid taking on another kid that's a good kid. You know, I've seen Abbott wrestle for quite a few years now, I believe, as a youth. But he's just not quite at the level that he needs to be at to take on Slater. We've got a little chop of the arm. Abbott does a good job of getting up to his feet. Gets broken back down as they go out of bounds. We're going to start back in the middle. So Nathan going down. Let's see what we can do off the whistle. Watch the wrestlers' moves. Watch how they start. First move right here, we've got kind of like a little spiral ride, but we get that cross wrist by Slater. Able to get Nathan broken down. Looking to chop that arm with a tight waist and get some control I'm sure Slater probably wants to get that arm because he wants to look for his tilts. He's solid at the tilt. It's one of his better moves. And now you can see, look at how he's controlled that leg on the left side. And now he's pulling in that chicken wing. That's going to help get him either a bar tilt right here. Yep, he goes for that tilt. Putting points on the board. He's able to expose Abbott's back to the mat and secure it long enough to get that 4-point near fall. And then now he looks to put in a half on the other side and takes him straight over to his back. And this is going to be tough, and he gets the fall. So Nathan Abbott, good effort, but Slater Hicks is going to be your 128-pound Coastal Canyon League champion. He's a now 2-time league champion, only a sophomore. Gets his hand raised, and we'll move on to the next match. In the girls division, we've got 125 pounds. We've got Juanita Duque Trujillo of Valencia taking on Sophia Fernandez of Camarillo. Juanita from Valencia, nice high crotch by Fernandez. She ends up kind of cracking down, gets in that crackdown position with the high crotch. This is when your head is on that side right there. She swims her left arm through. She's got that tricep control. This is going to be tough for Juanita. She ends up getting her the takedown right there. And she's got that forearm control. Nice job with the hips. She's turning her left hip down. That puts a lot of pressure. She loses her grip, so she elects to come back behind. And now she's going to run what we call the Blair ride. The Blair ride is a, considered a fairly advanced technique for being on top. But it's absolutely brutal on the shoulders of the person on bottom. So, and I know that Juanita, who's a transfer, we just got her wrestling. She's from Pennsylvania. She's been wrestling for a few years, but first time wrestling in California. You see that they kind of stopped the match there, and that Blair ride was getting ran, and it's pretty tough. Tough to deal with when someone's grabbing that wrist. It's almost like a chicken wing, but you've got a wrist control, and she's going straight back to it. You see that near wrist with her left hand, and she's using her knees. See how her knees kind of wedge inside that little gap between the elbow and the knee? And she can control the arm that way. That makes it hard for the rollout. A person can't really roll their wrist in a natural manner. And now she's going to run it around the head, a lot like a chicken wing. And she takes Juanita over, and she's holding it. She looks like she knows she has it. And she gets the fall. So great job by Sophia Fernandez from Camarillo. She's your 125-pound champion in the girls division, Coastal Canyon League. So nice job. Juanita will be back. I know she's got a bum shoulder kind of going into this match, but no excuses though. Sophia had a killer hold there, and she definitely deserved that. So moving on, next weight class, we've got 134 pounds. Alejandro Navarro, another one of my kids that been wrestling since he was 5. Grew up with Slater Hicks, taking on Isaac Ghaffari of Camarillo. And nice explosive shot by Alejandro. Gets low on the ankle and takes him down straight to his butt. Gets behind. Decides to cut him right away. Give him the 1-point escape. He wants to play, take down, let him up. Ghaffari in on the single leg. Kind of low single and kind of Iranian lifts. Comes out the back door as Alejandro was looking to lock in the crotch. But didn't quite work. We've got some feints by Ghaffari. Isaac. He ends up, Alejandro shooting in again. Head right in the middle. Squaring up. I'm screaming that's a takedown, but the referee doesn't give it. So they take a little time. Alejandro's going to have to figure it out for the referee. He ends up turning in. His leg is a little compromised. This is a dangerous position. They give the takedown. So they've got the control right here, and he's getting near fall, almost a fall. But the knees right here, it's super dangerous. You see how you see Isaac kind of going to his belly. That's bad on Alejandro's knee. Really dangerous. I'm glad the referee stopped it with a potentially dangerous call. The referee has the power to do that if he sees one of the kids' joints in a bad position. So that was stopped right there, and I'm really glad too, because either wrestler could have gotten a really bad injury from that. Alejandro looks to go optional start. Ghaffari stands up but gets mat returned immediately. And then Alejandro's looking for the head lever. That's a move where you try to put your forehead in the back of the armpit. You try to pull the wrist and get the arm behind the back, or maybe even a chicken wing. So very common. You see the pressure right here. He's putting some weight on him, trying to pull in that chicken wing, looking for that common bar tilt. Splits between the legs with his right hand on that redrop. Again, looking for a tight waist chop. Isaac's doing a good job of staying out of danger, but he got pulled into a chicken wing. And now that wrist control, there's that head lever. And he's on the mat, but time looks like it's going to run out. Alejandro's going to have to do something in the second period. So we've got 2 takedowns in that first period, and we've got some near fall. So Ghaffari's a little bit of a hole he's going to have to try to dig himself out of. Okay, red to first to green. Camarillo chooses neutral. So Alejandro up on his feet. He's quick on his feet. Left-handed collar tie right there. Couple feints by both wrestlers. Little hand on the head right there for Ghaffari. Tries to make an angle. Gets in on a single leg. Steps in the hole. Not bad right here. Alejandro with the whizzer. He's got what we call a shin whizzer or a closed whizzer. Attempts a Jonesy tilt, but doesn't quite go for the leg control. We're on the edge of the mat. We can't, ooh, look at that. Ghaffari almost had the far leg, but because they're going out of bounds off the mat, the referee's going to be forced to stop the action. And let's go back on our feet in the middle. So head snap right there by Isaac. Alejandro's trying to stay loose. They get in an underhook position. Fireman's attempt by Ghaffari. And a go behind by Alejandro. And he stacks him up, puts him on his back, gets the near fall. And this match is stopped because we've got a technical fall right there. A lot of points put on the board in a short amount of time. Second period, your league champion, Coastal Canyon, is going to be Alejandro Navarro of Valencia at 134 pounds. So I've got a couple more matches for you guys. Moving on to 159 pounds, our Henry Agami of Valencia taking on Tomas Fulgentes. There's the other brother. Little slide by Agami. Attempts that elbow control slide by. Likes that move a lot. Okay, you can see Fulgentes taking up space on the mat. Feints, beautiful little shot. Kind of gets shucked by as they go out of bounds. Okay, this is a nice matchup right here. I like how Fulgentes is keeping that right hand low. He's guarding that lead leg, his right leg. You see his right hand kind of guarding that lead leg of his. Little slide by Agami. Gets an angle, gets behind, but he's got to bring him down for the takedown. And it looks like they're going to go out of bounds. Really close, but they go out of bounds. Not enough to get the takedown. He got the go behind, but you got to bring him down. He probably should have dropped to the legs a little bit earlier. So we're going back neutral. Nice feint. Okay, got to use your feints, your motion. There's a shot by Fulgentes. He gets in on a kind of a high crotch, which turns towards single leg as they go out of bounds. Good matchup here. Very exciting matchup to see these guys go at it. Okay, we've got Henry from Valencia, Agami. He's in his second year, but he does have judo experience. So only second year of wrestling. I believe they both were able to make the Masters meet last year. So both wrestlers are Masters qualifiers. Looking to go further this year. Nice little counter underhook by Henry Agami. Gets on top. They score the takedown as they go out of bounds. He gets the 3-point takedown right on the edge. He kind of caught Fulgentes with that underhook off of his shot. Caught him off balance and is able to get the takedown. Stand up by Fulgentes, blocking the legs. Henry's got that body lock, but he's got to bring him back to the mat. They look like they're on the edge. And Fulgentes with the escape and then shoots him out of bounds. That's a great thing to do because what it does is it gets your opponent backing up out of bounds, and it kind of gets the referee on your side. You can we call it shooting them out of bounds. Shoot them out of bounds. That guy's most likely going to get called for stalling sometime later in the match. If you keep adding those up, and it's a fairly safe shot to shoot because even if you fail, you're on the edge. So overall, it's a great thing to do. Okay, time runs out. We go to the second period. Okay, we're going to end that period 3-1. We have a defer decision by Royal. Goes to Henry, and we decide to choose down. Okay, we go down. We want to get our escape. Try to build our lead. Fulgentes has other plans. Chop with the wrist control right there. Very nice. He's putting that pressure. You see him driving with that left foot, using the Iowa ride or that ankle hook with his right leg. Able to break Agami down. He's got double wrist control. He's rolling the wrists. Very nicely done. Good pressure. Henry's got a headgear malfunction right now as he gets driven out of bounds. He's going to have to fix that headgear. So, folk style wrestling in high school, you must wear ear guards or headgear, as we call it, to try to prevent cauliflower ear. Doesn't really help too much when kids don't wear it at practice. Henry stands up, gets mat returned, gets broken back down, but then builds to his knees, and he gets chopped right there. Half Nelson gets put in. That's a deep half Nelson. It's not considered a deep half Nelson. It's just a regular half Nelson, but the half Nelson was deep. So here it is again. We've got another half because Henry's putting his head down. He runs him right over to his back. The foot is still in bounds, so that's going to count. That's going to score right there. Henry's feet are outside the mat area. You can see our coach, Coach Patty, trying to warn the referee that we are out of bounds. But it's long enough to get a 3-point near fall for Fulgentes. Tomas with the 3-point near fall. That's going to bring the score to a tied score at 4-4. Okay. We've got a quad pod stand-up by Agami. And we've got Thomas or Tomas, depending on how he likes to pronounce that, controlling with a claw. But Agami finally gets his one escape. Makes the match 5-4. You can see Fulgentes circling left a little bit. Head snap. There we go. Cutting off the mat by Agami. Takes an open shot, but gets whipped down with that kind of whizzer and gets the takedown on the edge of the mat. You see, Fulgentes, one thing that he does really well is he keeps his foot in bounds. He's done it a couple times in this match. One time for near fall there, and another time for a takedown. And scores that takedown, gets the lead. Henry with almost an escape, but he ends up getting caught on his back right here as the half Nelson gets put in. Time's running down. Scores some near fall, builds his lead. And now Agami is down in a little bit of a hole here. So with only 5 points, he's down. Neutral is the call right here by Royal. They choose neutral, and Agami's going to have to come up with something big. So he's moving around right here. We've got 11-5 right now for Fulgentes. So 2-minute periods in folk style wrestling in high school. So third period right here. He tries that same kind of little slide by, but doesn't quite work. Fulgentes is pretty smart. He knows that move's coming. You can see he takes a double leg shot, but comes right back up in the over-under position. Look at tap the foot sweep right there. Another shot by Royal. Fulgentes getting that shot. Look at nice tie-ups with the inside tie. They're dancing on the edge. This makes it tough because it kind of limits some of your techniques. Double leg shot by Agami. Fulgentes having none of it. Defending right here. Kind of playing on the edge. It looks like we've got a stalling call against Fulgentes for playing the edge there. But he can handle that. He's got a significant lead right here with 11-5. So he can handle a stalling call. It's not going to be the end of the world. Agami, if he wants to win this match, he's going to have to do more than just get Fulgentes called for stalling. And he's going for that underhook. He looks for a little trip there with his left foot. Doesn't quite get it. Again, trying to get that underhook. Another slide by attempt. Fulgentes, nice feint. He goes for his own underhook. And now Henry again playing on the edge right here. It's making it hard for Agami to go for something because they're on the edge. And Fulgentes knows he's smart. He doesn't care too much at all. He knows that he can he's gonna run away with this. So nice little snap. Again, he's playing very defensive, but stalling calls aren't gonna do it. Another stalling call. That's a 1 point for Agami, but ends up with a headlock right here, and then time runs out. Probably should have been a takedown there. It wouldn't have been enough. It wouldn't have been enough for the win. So, oh, and then he does give it. I guess the referee does give it at the end. So that would bring the match a little closer, but your league champion will be Tomas Fulgentes of Royal. Last match of the night, guys. We've got Christian Karchi of Simi Valley, stud wrestler, taking on Emanuel Sandoval of Camarillo at 167 pounds. These guys are going to go at it. Let's see what happens. Nice little fireman high crotch attempt by Karchi. Counter with a cradle, turns into a single leg by Sandoval. Ends up in a tough whizzer from Karchi, and they scramble. They kind of roll over. No takedown for folk style right here. Front headlock by Christian Karchi of Simi Valley. Front headlock. Look at that lock. He's got a squeeze right there. He's trying to squeeze that so he can maybe get Sandoval to take a little attention away from what's going on, and maybe he can get to a leg or a go behind. You see Sandoval working on a drag out. That's when he's grabbing the arm on the tricep muscle, the elbow, just above the elbow. Referee calls a stalemate. He wanted to create an angle so he can slip out behind, but Karchi didn't have any of it. He switched his head position and stayed out of there. Stalemate is when neither wrestler can improve. Referee decides to stand it back up. We've got a nice shot of the referee's butt. Oh, thank you for moving there. Thanks, ref. So we're going to move on. Let's see what we can do. We need to see a takedown. They're battling for ties. See the touch and goes. Nice little heavy hands by Sandoval. Shots going back and forth. Ooh, and he gets whipped. Karchi is strong. You see that? Like, again, Karchi when he kind of hits you with those whizzers, and he can knock you right down to your butt. Another stalemate call by the referee. So he's calling the stalemates pretty quick right there. He's not going to let them wrestle down there if they're not moving. So back up on our feet. Still in the first period. No takedown, scoreless. And we've got a single leg attempt by Camarillo. Sandoval, ooh, whizzer. Again, I just mentioned Karchi with the whizzer, man. He's powerful. Camarillo looked like he wanted to roll through on that, but he gives up the takedown. Karchi with the takedown in the final seconds of the first period, goes up 3-0, chooses to defer when he gets choice, and Camarillo elects to go down. So Karchi with the whizzer. Got to watch that guy's whizzer, man. He's powerful. False start. We got a caution on green. Sandoval maybe moving before the whistle. We've got another caution. That is the second caution. You get 2 free ones. Third one's going to be a point. So this puts Sandoval in a position where he can't really try to jump the gun. He's going to have to make sure he follows everything correctly. We've got an Iowa ride, little reverse 3/4 or 3/4 Nelson attempt by Karchi. Again, an escape by Camarillo. 1 point escape, little counter drag off the shot by Karchi. Still no takedown. Arm throw attempt by Sandoval, and Karchi's going to get the takedown. So that arm throw attempt by Camarillo, it would have been nice if he would have hit it, but The problem is, the drawback is it turns into a takedown for Karchi. Now, Simi Valley right here with that 3/4 Nelson, he showed it to us a second ago, and he's able to break him down. Doesn't get the near fall, but he uses it to get a breakdown and possible cradle. So he wanted to opt for a cradle from that Iowa Ride 3/4 Nelson. Some people call it a stack, 3/4 stack. Our club, we call it a tombstone, because you kind of plant your opponent's head in the mat. Kind of looks like a tombstone when he's flat on his back stacked. Looks like Sandoval's, stuck in a head lever right here. Karchi pulling that wrist behind the back. See what he wants to do with it. I don't know if Camariel's bleeding. Looks like he was touching his face. Yeah, looks like we've got some blood time right here. So, all right. Maybe blood time or an injury. Let's start again. So Camariel down. He's going to have to get his escape. Karchi's pumped up. Christian Karchi of Simi Valley, one of their best wrestlers. Nice little trip. We got a little flip right there by Camariel, but Karchi says, no, I still got my control. Camariel with that, ooh, nice reversal attempt right here. He's going to get that. Oh, but Karchi gets right back up. No, nothing right there. We definitely got a one escape. So we're going to go one escape up on our feet. So definitely was razor close to a reversal by Sandoval. He's a tough kid, man. Because I know how good Christian Karchi is, and Sandoval, he's battling with Karchi right here. He's not going to go down without a fight. Look at this, battling for the ties. You can see the time's running down. Shot attempt by Camariel, but you see Karchi's got, man, he can really bully you right off of your shot. That's one thing that he has shown this whole match, is when his opponent takes a shot, he's able to knock his opponents off balance. He chooses down for the third period. Very smart, safe position to be in, especially when you know how to stand up or sit out and reverse real easy. Let's see what Karchi wants to do. We've got a caution on green again. You see that? That's the third caution of the match. That's going to give Karchi a point right there. Man, he's excited to get the head start on the whistle, but you can't do it that many times. Oh my goodness. And now we've got a caution on red. A lot of cautions here. Kids got to learn their starting positions with referee Rob Vieira. He's not playing around. Okay, Karchi back up to his feet with a 1-point escape. And I like the underhook attempt by Sandoval. He's looking to go big. He needs it. Ooh, snap down by Karchi. And another go behind. But he can't quite complete it. It looked like he was right there, but Sandoval squares back up. Shot attempt by Karchi. Counter single leg by Sandoval. He's got that ankle. They're on the edge of the mat. But he's going to have to do a little bit more to finish Karchi. Karchi, you see his right hand split in the crotch right here. This is going to make it tough because it controls the hips. And now he can't quite get up. And now he's holding on to that single leg. And then referee Rob Vieira with another stalemate, calling that stalemate quick. I would have liked to see the kids wrestle that position a little longer, but nope, we're going back on our feet. We're not going to sit around. You're going to have to wrestle. Shot attempt by Sandoval. Lots of feigning. This is probably the match of the night right here. They saved it for last for a reason. We got kids going at it right here. I like this. Slide by Christian Karchi. And look at this. Sandoval hooking the leg. And now Karchi gets the control right there. 3-point takedown for Karchi. Sandoval did not want to go down without a fight. You know, he's not letting him just get it easy. He's making him work for it. Look at that. Tried to step over right there by Sandoval. Not a smart move. Karchi with the half Nelson. And now he's controlling that far arm as well. He's got his weight over the chest. And, oh, man, little bit of disrespect on the pin by Christian Karchi. Does a push-up just to show how strong he is. And, yeah, Rob Vieira says, no way. Unsportsmanlike call right there. We get a misconduct. unsportsmanlike on Karchi. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed. Let's show the kids getting their awards. Thank you guys so much for watching. Congratulations to all of our league champions. And all I gotta say is, that's it. I'll see you guys the next time with more great stuff.
Good job, Logan.
Let's go!